Well, good morning, private practice success community. It is good here. How are you going? Yes, I am doing a surprise little live stream here on my page. And before I get stuck into what it is I want to share with you today, I am just gonna share this live stream into my Facebook group. So let me go and find it. Awesome, there it is. Just gonna share this. Our group. There we are. Alrighty. Is it in? Yes? Okay, so you can see the title of what I want to talk to you about today. It says, social media, is it really worth it? Yes, people are asking that question more and more. So I want to share a bit of my experience with you guys. And there's a bit of a story attached to it, how I came to go, hang on, I need to share this with the private practice success community. So if you are on my email list, you would know that over the last week, I had the doors open to my private practice success academy. So that is like business school for allied health professionals. Doors are closed right now, so I'm not here to sell you into the academy. Doors closed, when was it? Yesterday, 5 p.m. So not open at all right now. But yeah, I was sending out emails, letting people know that the doors are open. I also did a couple of posts across social media. Anyhow, so one of the emails that I sent out, was that the Monday morning email maybe? I sent it out to my list and I answered a couple of frequently asked questions that people ask me when they, email and reach out and show interest into the academy. And I had the top 3 most frequently asked questions, and I sent that out to everyone as well, because I'm thinking if that's an FAQ, there's probably other people that have that question as well that might just not feel comfortable asking the question. So I sent that out, but at the end of that email, I also encourage people to, let me know if they make that decision not to jump into the academy, to tell me why they've decided that it's not right for them. Now, I know that, I'm asking people who have decided that this is not for them to actually give me their time by giving me their feedback. And I was so appreciative to receive quite a number of responses, which is so great, right? I mean, my mission is to help as many practice owners as possible to reach their goal of whatever their ideal private practice is. Now, my niche area or my specialization that I work in is, of course, helping people build and grow a group private practice to a place where they will have a self-running practice, where they will have that option of actually standing back and have the practice run in their absence, because that is what I created for myself, right? I live here in beautiful Agnes Water, and my practice is literally 7 hours drive away from where I live. I think it's been more than a year now since I popped in there one day when I happened to be down in Brisbane. It's like I'm very hands-off, not 100%. I do spend 45 minutes a week on a Monday from 1:30 to 2:15 with my principal psychologist, providing her with coaching and mentoring like I do with all my other practice owners that I work with. And that's it. That's my involvement in my group private practice, and that is what I help other practice owners create. So when I put, offers out there such as the academy, I work really hard to make it a no-brainer for people to jump in. I really look at what is that stuff that I needed when I was a practice owner, what is the stuff that I needed to learn, that I needed to know, what is the type of support that I needed, and I package that up but I also know that everybody ain't gonna join. And it's always helpful for me to know what is that one thing maybe that I might be missing that I didn't think of, because maybe somebody else has got a different problem. And I want to use that feedback to improve what it is that I have to offer and improve the way that I deliver my programs so that I can, give the market what it is that they want, but I also know that they need. And anyway, so I had quite a number of people reply back to me. So I have an email list of around about 5,000 practice owners, both solo and group practice owners that I email. Now, interesting fact, of those 5,000 emails, let's say, that get sent out, it's very interesting to look at the back end numbers that round about 30 to 35% of people will actually open that email. And that is more or less, just thinking off the top of my head, it's normally between 1,500 and 1,700 people that actually read my emails. And that's just how emails work. And that's why we all need to consistently work on building our client database, right? Just as an aside. But anyway, so I had responses back, and I must say, I had quite a number of solo practitioners, solo practice owners email me back, and I was so appreciative to hear from them. So I had way more feedback from solo practitioners rather than group practice owners, which was interesting. And obviously, solo practice owners are probably not going to join the academy unless they are at that point of wanting to expand, right? Where they go, yes, I'm 100% certain that I want a group private practice. I'm ready to take on clinicians, either as employees or contractors or whatever model, probably a hybrid model, combination of the two. And I want to do things right from the start. I don't want to have to go through change management because I now have a team of 10 and got it all wrong because I tried to do this on my own, which happens so very often, right? And that is the only solo practice owners that will join, for example, the academy. And I so appreciated people letting me know and say, hey, Gerda, the academy is probably not the right option for me because I'm currently in solo private practice. But this is the part that I really appreciated. And all of them said, however, I want to let you know that I love reading your emails and I invariably get something of value that I can use. And that really meant so much. Like, for me to know that these solo practice owners will probably never join the academy. They might, but the chances are that they won't, but that they are still getting something from the content that I'm putting out there, right? And this brings me back to social media because yes, this was my email list, okay? But it's the same thing. We put stuff out on social media and we send out emails to our clients. And if you don't, you should be emailing all the clients that come into your practice. And you want to have people on that list that are past clients, current clients, and potential future clients, right? And everybody ain't gonna buy. So if we make this applicable to you and to your private practice, again, whether you're a solo practice owner or group practice owner, right? The content that you put out there, everybody that sees it isn't going to become a client. And you know what? That is okay. And I'm seeing more and more people starting to question, is it worth even having social media? Is it worth the time and the effort that I'm putting in generating content, getting my team to generate content and putting it out there? Because people look at the vanity metrics. They look at how many likes that I get, how many comments, how many engagement that I get, all of that type of stuff. And those numbers can be pretty disheartening when you look at it. But the fact of the matter is, that's just vanity metrics, okay? When you look at those numbers, that, let's be honest, that is validation for our effort. we really want those numbers to validate the effort that we are putting into social media. And when that doesn't happen, we go, oh, it's not worth it. Nobody's seeing it. Now, 100%, the algorithm is, tricky and challenging. But if you post consistently, people will see it. But the people in our industry, i.e. the mental health industry particularly, but allied health more generally, they ain't always gonna be engaging on it because a lot of people value their privacy when it comes to those type of things. Doesn't mean they aren't watching. Doesn't mean they're not getting something from it. So from a social media perspective, we need to be aware of the ripple effect that our social media content is having. Now, yes, I'm all about business and we want to get a return on our time, money, and energy effort that goes into that social media content. But I'm still a helper at heart. I'm still a psychologist at heart. And it means the world to me knowing that when my practice is creating social media content that is being put out there, that our current clients are going to look at it and they're going to, be connected back to our practice. So for current clients, I really look at it as an adjunct to the therapeutic process when they come in and have one-on-one sessions. It's also keeping them connected with the practice even when they're not in one-on-one sessions. But also it's for those people that can maybe never afford to have treatment or therapy or whatever process or assessment or service we offer at my practice. People might not be able to afford it, but they can come onto our Facebook page and they can benefit. They can see a little blurb to a blog on our website. They can click on it, they can read. They can find an inspirational quote on a day when they're really down in the dumps and just need to hear something inspiring. So don't underestimate the ripple effect that you as a helper can have when putting out social media content. Now you might go, yeah, Gerda, that's all good and well, but that doesn't put money in the bank. Well, then listen to my next point. The thing is, these days, word of mouth is becoming increasingly important. Our customers, our clients are becoming more savvy. They're more empowered with their decision making. So a lot of people are going, speaking to other parents. Let's say if you've got a child adolescent practice, they might be speaking to other mums and dads at school pickup or drop off, or maybe when we're going out for lunch with our friends, or Saturday night at a barbecue, and people are speaking about their kids. People will be recommending your practice. And I can tell you now, if you provide good clinical services, people will recommend you. And a personal recommendation really holds a lot of weight. I know for me it does, and I'm sure you can relate to that as well. Now, if somebody's going to recommend a service to me as a potential client looking for that service, I'm going to go one of two places. I'm either going to check out their website or their Facebook. But honestly, I think people go to Facebook first and foremost, because the website just feels to me like that's when I've really made the decision. But when I just want to check them out, I'm going to go onto Facebook. That's the first place, because the Facebook page of a business is like a mini website. It's like where I can do my quick scanning to see, hey, do I relate to this service? And if I do, okay, maybe I'll just directly contact them on Facebook, or then I might go and check out the website, because I probably want to be on my laptop when I do the website. I don't know, that's just how my brain works. But I want you to look at your Facebook page for your practice as a mini website, as a sample website. And if somebody refers me to a business, that's where I go and check them out. And then I'll quickly scan through those posts. Now, if I were to land on your social media page and I scan through it and I see it's been 6 months since your last post, I'm gonna go, oh yeah, no, these guys aren't that up to date. They're not really taking their marketing seriously. Are they even still operating? Do they still exist? What I'm saying is it doesn't build trust, okay? It does not build trust. So you also need to look at this, that when somebody gets recommended, they check out your Facebook page. This is their binge opportunity to binge on your content and to build a very fast know, like, and trust factor. Okay, so that once they've gone through it and those things are really aligned, it speaks to them, they feel connected to that content, they go, yeah, these guys sound like they know what they're talking about. Yes, they're really into this type of service. This is the type of work that they do. They're probably specialists in this field. Okay, yeah, I can now see why my friend recommended that I check them out. Let's see, is there a link to their website? Oh yeah, there is. Let's go check that out. Okay, don't underestimate the power that is in that. Okay, so and the difficulty is we don't always see the direct links on those dots, but I can tell you, I can guarantee you, it is there. It is there. So my recommendation is to have one post a day at least. And I know that sounds like so much hard work, but it's not. One post a day. 2 posts a day would be fine. I probably wouldn't do more than 3 a day, but 1, 2, 3. But if you can start with 1 post a day, great. If you're currently not doing 1 a week, start with 1 a week. Do that consistently. Then add a second one for the week. You just need to slowly start moving in that direction so that people can know that as a business, you know the value in your social media and that you are consistently updating that. Very, very important. And again, it's that binge factor where people's going to look at it, and by the time they jump on a phone call with your reception, that conversion conversation, getting them to go from an inquiry to a client that has booked in session 1 and even paid for session 1, that's going to happen so much easier because you have your social media marketing in place. Okay, and yes, of course, social media is just one part of marketing, but it's a very important part of marketing your practice to clients. And don't let anybody tell you that it is a waste of time. Just because you don't enjoy doing it or it feels like hard work doesn't. Just lost connection there for a second. So I'll repeat what I just said for in case you missed it. Don't let anybody tell you social media marketing is a waste of time, because it is not. It all adds up in your favor. Now, that all being said, is just one aspect of the marketing that we need to do. We need to have outbound marketing and inbound marketing. And if you want to run a proper business, you need to do marketing in both those areas. But for today, the answer to the question, which was the title of this live, is social media, is it worth it? It most certainly is, both from a logical business perspective, in terms of providing and building that know, like, and trust factor in a very short space of time when people check out your page, but also from a hard factor in terms of knowing that there's a ripple effect and your content will be helping your current clients, your past clients, and your future clients. And yes, it's also going to be helping the general community and the public, even people that might never come to work with your team and with your clinicians. And you know what? That is perfectly okay. And that's why I also feel good about charging fees at my practice, because I know the stuff we put out there is going to help a lot of people that can't afford to come and see my clinicians, but we are still serving people with what it is that we put out there. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. As always, I encourage you to let me know your thoughts. Just, flick it in the comments below. How are you going with your social media content? Is it a drag? Is it something you hate doing? What does it feel like to you? And let's continue having this conversation. I'm gonna love and leave you. As always, have an amazing rest of your day and week. And remember, I'm here to help you build a practice you can't stop smiling about. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.